Atkins have recently rebranded to AtkinsRéalis, and Finn have come along to find out more.
It's been a very exciting time for our company as we've brought our three brands together to become AtkinsRéalis. And there's some really important messages behind the reason for that rebrand. You know, as a company, we've been working really hard to try and bring the best of our capability wherever it is in the world to our customers wherever they are in the world. From working with governments to think about, how we develop and position assets, for example, in the future. So thinking about the AUKUS program and thinking about where naval bases might need to be in Australia to serve a nuclear fleet, all the way through concept design into project and program management of programs, into delivery, and then into operations and maintenance. And I think we're uniquely placed to bring that expertise to our customers.
The challenges and opportunities for defence at the moment are really driven by the situation in Ukraine, Indo-Pacific security. The key one that we're really focused on is how the Ministry of Defence speeds up acquisition, the pace of delivery of capability to the front line. And for us, that has three principal components. How you more rapidly adopt digital technology in the delivery of capability, how you bring in innovation, and how you have the right people and the right skills to take those things forward. So our key projects range across all of defence in the UK. We're involved in the delivery of submarine capability, both in build, in maintenance, and in support and operations. We're involved in acquisition and support, both directly with MOD in digital and in equipment capability. And we're involved in research and with the major primes in delivering major programs. So when we look at our major projects, the engineering delivery partnership with Kinetic and BMT is a critical project for us, especially when we talk about acquisition, acceleration, and pace of capability to the front line. Our work in Devonport, supporting Babcock on the submarine infrastructure.
When it comes to climate change, the UK defence sector has a particularly large role to play in net zero and driving net zero as part of the overall UK direction of travel in that space. And again, AtkinsRéalis is working across a number of different areas to do that. So whether it's from defence infrastructure and the work we're doing with the Defence Infrastructure Organisation to really understand the carbon impact of the various different properties that the MOD has. We've developed a tool called Decarbonomics, which we're using to really understand the performance of those assets and then actually how you can drive better performance from a carbon perspective. The second angle on climate resilience and net zero from a Ministry of Defence perspective is really all about the equipment that's being used. So how do we develop sustainable fuels? How do we think about electric vehicles as part of that overall equipment? And actually, how do we just reduce the amount of diesel that's actually being used? So our experts across AtkinsRéalis are involved in many different aspects of the drive towards net zero. And again, that's an area I see, of increasing complexity, but also, some great solutions can be had in that space.
So here at AtkinsRéalis, diversity in the defence market is a really critical activity for us. We are actively engaged in many networks across defence for ethnic minorities, for women in defence, and in our own organisation encouraging many people from different backgrounds to become involved in defence. So I'll give you a great example. We have fantastic engineering technology capability in sectors such as rail, nuclear new build, and how we get those people excited by the opportunities to come and join the defence market, work on really important national programs is part of what we're doing. That brings in diversity of thinking, people from different backgrounds, and that's a really important part of what we do.
Resilience, and in particular cyber resilience, is a core part of what we are doing at AtkinsRéalis. We're working with a wide variety of customers thinking about cyber resilience solutions, and that comes in a number of different aspects. So the first of those is, how do we protect critical national infrastructure from cyber attack? And so we have teams of experts working with customers in organisations outside of defence like Network Rail and National Highways to think about how they protect assets into the future. Even the criticality of water supply and thinking about how that works. particularly, thinking about UK's cyber defence position, a large part of our work is actually working to understand how do we help different organisations upskill themselves so actually they can be better protected from cyber attack into the future. So, it's an incredibly dynamic and fast-moving area of work for us, and but something that we only see is going to be more and more important as we move forward. One of the things I'm particularly proud of is the Cyber Resilience Programme, the award-winning Cyber Resilience Programme that we've developed with the MOD that really showcases the wide variety of things you need to do to be able to bring cyber resilience to life for customers around the UK.